Good morning, everyone. You have just missed the sounds of the poo lorry leaving where we live. And that is something that I never thought I would say on the internet. But here we are. If you don't know, we live kind of like, I don't know what the best way to describe it is, but we live partially off grid. So we don't have mains sewage. We don't have essentially mains water because our water comes from the farm. We're not mains gas. We actually get like a little handwritten note from the farmer for our water. And we weren't on like mains internet for a long time. There's obviously other elements to being partially off grid and also off grid, but it's just a better way of describing it. Anyway, bizarrely, just left. And it's always such an interesting reminder. Also, I apologize if you can't understand me very well. It is starting to feel like spring in England, okay? I think we are off the back of a number of days where it's been quite dark in the UK, and I think it's been a struggle for a lot of people because they reported about it in the news. That's usually a good sign. But the moment that the sun starts coming out, I can already feel myself wanting to just up the ante a little bit more and just do some of the things I haven't done for a while, like whiten my teeth for starters. But it is also the perfect opportunity for me to tell you about something that I've been trialing for the last few weeks, and I'm very, very excited for my journey with this because not only is this the newest launch from the company behind Skin and Me, so this is like the sister brand. It's called Hair and Me, and you'll know that for me hair has been such a tumultuous journey, and I've shared the ups, the downs, the lows and the highs, and absolutely my lows have been nowhere near what other people can go through when it comes to their hair. But I have been very, very open about it with you. And I've also shared the things that I've been using and the approach that I've taken, because I think I took quite a holistic approach in the very, very early days of that style of doing things. I wanted to work on my hair from the inside out just as much as I was working on it on the outside as well. And Hair and Me absolutely takes that same holistic approach, but almost for me, it's like a step further because I've been doing the inside out. I've been doing sort of the treating of the hair, but now I'm treating my scalp, and you'll know that my scalp has been one of those things that has been quite difficult over the last few years. And so what I did was I did their like online medical consultation, which basically, if you're new to this concept, both Skin and Me and Hair and Me, their USP is that they have professionals and experts working behind the brand, and you fill out these medical consultations which are then overlooked by the experts at either Skin and Me and Hair and Me, and they build you and formulate a personalized treatment just for you and your goals. So my goals are not so much focusing around hair loss and hair regrowth, because I think I'm good at that point. Mine is health. I've always focused on the health of my hair. It's why I took my hair back from being quite blonde and balayage to a more natural colour, because there's no use having hair that is the right colour but just looks unhealthy. I really wanted that hair beauty, and I've had to be really realistic about that over the years. But I've taken the approach inside out on the hair, and now I have the drops from Hair and Me to be using on my hairline. Now you can expect to see results in about 3 to 6 months. You've got to use it regularly, you have to use it as directed, but what you're getting access to is ingredients that are not available on the high street. I think that is the thing that I really have to underpin here. This isn't like anything you've ever seen available for you to join up and utilize. You're getting ingredients that are actually proven and scientifically proven to work, and that was instantly my sort of interest peaked with it. But also it's tailor-made for you. So for me, I'm not focusing on that. I am focusing, as per my little ujjayi that it arrives in, my priority is grow healthier hair. I want to focus on the growth, the strength, the condition of my hair. And so within my little drops, I have 5% niacinamide, which I think is fascinating because I actually have that in my Skin and Me formula as well. And it's funny, isn't it? You always think about your scalp as like almost different from your face, but it's like it just, where does the skin change? It's very interesting. So it's good for me to know that that's being continued from my face onto my scalp, because my scalp is just as sensitive as my face. Sorry, I keep lisping with my teeth whitening strips on. So I've got 5% niacinamide, I've got 2% urea. I'll let you do the maths there. And melatonin 0.1%, which I just think is fascinating, absolutely fascinating. And it says apply 1 millimeter evenly across the top of your scalp once daily as directed. You can do this in the evening if that suits your routine. You can do it in the morning. I often do it before I do my workouts, or before I go to Pilates, or before I go to the stables, because I'll then whack my hair back and it's all good to go. I really try to be quite precise with it. That's what I would say to you, is be precise, because these ingredients are, it's quite a lot when you think about 1 millimeter. So you really do want to focus on getting it on your scalp and not so much on your hair. So I really pay attention to just getting it spread evenly across my scalp. I'm obviously showing you with my hair up. That's not how I would normally do it. That's because I'm not concentrating. But I do have a discount code if this is something that you are focusing on, that if you're worrying about hair loss, hair thinning, due to age, due to postpartum life, obviously always consult with your doctor before you do anything like this. But what I would say is that you can have a treatment that is tailored to your needs. So I think that's the thing for me, that's the USP of these things, is that you're not just getting what everyone else is getting and hoping for the best. You're getting something that you are able to go, these are my needs, this is what I'm aiming for, whether that is regrowing the hair around the sides of your hair, or focusing on the general condition of your hair, or focusing on patches, or whatever it is that you are sort of concerned about, just in the same way that you can be concerned about different elements of your skincare. Then you can have a medical consultation and they will basically build out a treatment plan that is perfect for you and your goals. I tend to just sort of massage it in like this. At the moment, my hair is very much in the bun up stage at the moment. I have a discount code, and this is what I love about what Hair and Me and Skin and Me do, because you'll know I'm a big fan of Skin and Me as well, is first of all, they take the faff out of it, so you don't have to worry about ordering things. It's delivered to your door. You can apply as necessary, and it's just a tick off your list. Second of all, it's tailor-made for you, but they're using ingredients that aren't readily available to everyone else. But they're always so confident in what they're doing. They're like, you can try it, you can give it a go, see how it fits into your routine and see how it works for you. So with my code LydiaXHair, it gets you the first month's treatment for you for $4.99. And I believe that is a saving of £30 on the first treatment for you. So you can give it a go, you can try it out for yourself, and you can see what you think. But I want you to think really long and hard about what your goals are for your hair. Because I initially looked at this and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not looking to focus on hair regrowth. But then when I actually thought about what my goals were, this was so in line with it, because I'm the type of person that eats really good food, takes supplements, uses really good products, but I'm missing out my scalp in that completely, and my scalp is my most sensitive entity. So I will pop a link in the description box down below anyway, and you can give it a go, have a look into it. If you love Skin and Me, then I have no doubt that you're going to enjoy the process of taking your hair care in the same direction, and your scalp care, and just generally focusing on a more tailor-made approach. It's all down below, and my code is LydiaXHair, so you can try it out for yourself. I've got these on at the moment, but I'm going to be leaving these on for a while because we have Ali's mum and stepdad coming over for a Sunday lunch. Ali is cooking a Wagyu topside beef, but I have to go to the stables first. But I also need to make a crumble before we head out, and I really feel like this is gonna make me quite late. So I am gonna crack on with my day and hopefully get this crumble under my belt, then head to the stables, because I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to ride today. I think when you take a big life change like I have done with Atlas, it's easy to think that how you foresee things going is how it's going to go. and there has been some hiccups in the road. Nothing that hasn't been easily sort outable. I've been focusing on getting him comfortable. He then decided to have him and Romeo together in the field. They just have so much fun. It's like they've been waiting for each other their whole lives, and they have so much fun that I turned up the other day and he like had a little like limp. He's fine now, and the swelling has gone down, and I think he just had a little bit too much fun. But you know when you're like, oh my God. So hopefully I'm gonna do a little bit of walking with him in the school today. We were hoping for a hack, but I think that's the other thing that it's been like over the last few weeks, is that this weather where it's been dark and wet, it's just not been the conditions for taking them out and it being safe for them, because if they're sliding around in their paddocks, they're sliding around on the hacks, and it's just one of those things. So but everyone keeps saying to me, Lydia, you've got a horse at the worst time of year. It is only up from here. And I just want you all to remind me of that when it's like mid to late spring and I am enjoying all of the time in the countryside with him and just living my best life, because you're gonna let me think back to this point and remind me that I was like, oh my God, all of the mud. Also, I was really worried. I'm going to be completely candid with you here. He is so big, like he is such a big boy, and I have had to dig so deep in my bravery with him, and it actually makes me want to cry because I'm so proud of myself. But he has these quirks to his personality that you then team with the size of him. So one of the things he does is he's quite stompy, and I think it's just something that he enjoys. I don't know whether it's an excitement thing or whatever, but when you see the size of his hoofs, they're huge. And if you get your toe underneath one of those hoofs, I don't think you're gonna have a toe anymore. But he's very sweet with it because he knows he's excited and he lets you know he's going to stomp. He goes like, Mummy, I'm gonna stomp, I'm gonna do it, I'm giving you time to move your toes. And then he does a little stomp. But in the early days, I was kind of like, oh my God, like, what if I get underneath it? What if he's, but now I'm just reading him, and I'm understanding him and moving to the beat of him, and he's learning about me too. And it's so sweet because I think he's starting to learn who I am as well, and that is really, really special. And so it's quite a journey, and it's never how you think it's going to go, and yet this weekend has been really good. I feel like I can breathe, and it's just, yeah, I'm just so excited, and to think of like what we're going to be doing over the next few months is just exciting. Obviously, when I say that, I literally mean we'll probably do the same hack every single time I'm riding him. That's what I do with my dogs, and I will never get bored. Never get bored. Sorry, I went off on a little bit of a tangent, but that is the plan for the day. I also have to start preparing to de-winter my house because it will be spring install week very, very soon, and I need to do a little bit of planning. I've already just sat down and looked at some inspiration for my spring wreath, which I think you might be quite shocked about. These are what I have captured from Pinterest. So this is very twiggy. It's got a little nest in there, which we have a nest that we could utilize. It's got a few little buds on there. I really liked how rustic this was. This is getting a little bit greener though. So these have got some bulbs, some eggs. I'm thinking about using some hen's eggs as well and blowing those, but a little bit of wax flower in there, but I'm thinking twiggy, I'm thinking mossy, I'm thinking a little bit of bulbs in there, gently introducing those greens, because when we get to summer, it's gonna be a green extravaganza. So I don't wanna go too ham on it now. I loved this as well as a little, I like to tie in the way that we always use pots around my home. It's been something that we've done for such a long time. I loved the idea of having some potted bulbs in the wreath as well that I could go and maybe replant or just care for, that kind of thing. So that's what I've been planning, but I'm not going to give anything away too much now. I need to get downstairs, stop my yapping, and head to, well, I need to make this bloomin' crumble and then get to the stables. I don't think I'm going to be taking you with me today though. I do have to be honest with you about that. Allowing us this time where I'm not focusing on capturing us together. I'm just focusing on our time together and getting to know him has been, I'm just so grateful because you guys have been so patient as well. And I know lots of you are so excited about more of this together, but just allowing me this time to be like, I'm going to the stables and I'm not going to take you with me, has just, you're just the most wonderful. You really are. So yeah, anyway, crumble, crumble, crumble. Outfit for the stables. I tell you what, I cannot wait to not be wearing thermals underneath my breeches. I cannot wait because I feel like, just like I'm walking like this. I've got a base layer underneath, I've got a cashmere roll neck, I've got a cashmere button up, I've got this. I'm also going to take this cashmere little, I know that no one else wears cashmere to the stables, okay, I know, but trust me when I say, once you've done it, it's like once you go and fly like business class. If you like get upgraded or something like that, going back is like, you just can't do it, you can't. And so now I'm like, I just want to feel comfortable. I don't want to be itching or anything like that. I just want to have softness next to my skin, okay? And if it's the one bougie thing that I do, although there's many bougie things that I do for riding, but if it's one of them and it's this, I'm totally okay with that, okay? And you're gonna have to get used to it because in winter time, when you literally have 500 layers on, this is going to be my one thing that I go, do you know what? I'm doing that for me, not for you. I cannot express to you the joys a stocked pantry full of goodness brings me. These mulberries are... I need to make a crumble now before I head out the door. I've got about 25 minutes. I reckon I can rustle one up. I have also popped one of my Holland Cooper coats in the wash because honestly, it reeked. This is the new one. And I should have kept this one for like at home and I didn't. And I've washed it now and so I'm gonna pop it on the floor to dry in the hope that this one can just stay at home and I'll keep my other one for the stables. It is not a bed for you, Porter. It is not a bed for you. This is the new Holland Cooper, like one size coat. And this is the more dressy one because it has, get out of there, please. I will actually also show you the plans for these rooms because I realised I missed those off of my last video, so I can show you what's going to be happening in the bedrooms. But I'm going to leave this on the heated floor to hopefully dry, and then I keep one in the Defender, one at home. This can be like my chicken coat, just my around the house coat, but these are absolutely game changing. So good. So I'm making my apple and blackberry crumble for today's roast to have afterwards. I picked up some cream and sadly no more blackberries left from the bushes in our garden, but luckily M&S do fresh frozen blackberries, and I just generally, once I've used my stores of them, head over to these. So I'm going to use my Thermomix, and I adapt a recipe that is on my Thermomix and it has Di Serrano on it in the crumble, and I have to say, everyone that ever has the crumble is like, that is such a good crumble. I always say I have zero confidence in my baking and cooking, so I do also have strawberries that I'm going to offer if they want to just have strawberries and cream. I know it's probably a little bit early in the year for strawberries and cream, but we've got them anyway. So crumble or straws, or raspberries as well actually. All the good stuff. Unsalted butter, golden caster sugar, hazelnuts. Where are my hazelnuts? Don't tell me I haven't got any hazelnuts. It's going to be a bougie one then. I'm going to do a nut mix because we don't have hazelnuts. I'm going to do macadamia nuts and Brazil nuts. Oh well, I'm doing it because I can. Rolled oats, plain flour. Oh no, it's plain flour, unsalted butter, diced. Perfect. Let's get cracking because we don't have long. So I'm doing 300 blackberries and amaretto to soak. I know, Lummy, you like some amaretto, don't you? Oh, I know, it's such a hard life being Lumi. So I leave my blackberries to soak like that, put these back in the freezer. Then 30 grams of unsalted butter. Perfect, well done, Lydia. Right on the button. Apples. Reuben apples. Oh, I know. Greased bacon fish. Can you tell I'm rushing? I'm rushing.
Oh my goodness, Bucky! Bucky, come! Bucky! 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 Oh, Daddy! Daddy!
This weather is bringing me so much joy. And it also gives me the perfect opportunity to apologise for not vlogging anything yesterday evening. I overran at the stables. We had such a great day together and I was running back to the house to get there to be there in time for the Sunday roast. And then I just wanted to be like present with Ali's mum and stepdad for the evening. And then Ali and I just kind of snoozed on the sofa and kept each other company, so it wasn't very exciting. You didn't miss much. However, I do have my first spring purchase of the year and I thought we could open this together because it's such a little box and I know that my SA will be absolutely just devastated that it is still in the box. Because this was the dress that I purchased with you when I went down to London that I had tailored from Amelia Wickstead, and oh, she's so cute. Honestly, she's the loveliest lady. If you ever want to shop Amelia Wickstead, I would always suggest going into their store on Sloane Street and seeing Sue. She is honestly wonderful, and you'll see that they don't put everything online. This is what I'm realizing now with all the high-end stores, is that not everything goes online and you actually get the pick of the bunch by going into the store. It's not great for people like me who don't live in London, but if you want to get like the first bits of spring, that's the best way to do it. And all of their spring items were already out, and this dress, the Mara dress, completely stole my heart. So this is an ivory dress with blue flowers and green leaves on it. Just look, they are like little roses, little blue roses. And I thought this would be such a gorgeous dress for the spring summer. Just ignore the fact that I have lots of gorgeous summery botanically print dresses. I could not resist this one. I'm gonna get it hung up. But I might try it on with you. Should we try it on? Let's try it on. Let's try it on. So, I was gonna pop it with my baby blue Emmy London, I think they're the Fiona heels with the bows, I'm not too certain, but I've popped it with these little ivory flats because I actually think they look really lovely with the dress. Obviously it's got pockets, needs a little bit of a steam, but literally I got a message from Sue and she was like, get that dress out of the box. And I didn't do it, but I thought I would show you the reason why, because there's always some talk when I say about getting things tailored, and in all honesty, I absolutely detest getting things tailored, I really do. But for something like this, paying that little bit extra to have it fit properly is just, I personally think it's worth it. And it's not because I'm trying to say, oh, look how small my waist is, because honestly, it's annoying. I don't want to have to wait an extra 10 days for my dress and pay for the privilege. I don't. I just don't. But I share it because I'm trying to be informative with my videos and to let you know that you may too have to, if you buy it, have to have it tailored. So it's just trying to be informative. It is, honestly, if I was going to say it nowadays, I feel like we're such good friends, I'd be like, look how tiny my waist is. But that's not my goal for my videos. Or look how skinny I look. But that is not my goal for my videos. My videos are just really wanting to be informative for you guys. So yes, just food for thought next time I mention that I have it taken in. It is mainly just to let you guys know, but sometimes I'm literally just telling you my thoughts. Oh yes, okay, so I had to have this tailored in. I like a nicely fitted item. It's one of the things that I really champion. I think you can have a very, very simple silhouette, which this dress is a very, very simple silhouette, but with a little tweaking, a little here, there and everywhere, you can make a simple dress even more fantastic, in my humble opinion. You kind of indirectly asked for my humble opinion because you are here and that's kind of how it works. You're going to get my opinion. But it's gorgeous. Emilia Wickstead is one of those brands that I really, really love and I'm like a regular customer of. I do begrudge having to pay for alterations. I do begrudge it because I don't pay for alterations anywhere else. It's actually not usual to have to pay for alterations, so I was quite shocked when one of my dresses cost so much. In fact, the dress that I wore to the Evergreen event, it cost so much to have that tailored that I was actually almost put off, but I was so desperate that I just took it. That's the only thing I would say they charge, and I just think that's really rubbish. But that's my humble opinion. Still love the brand, still love the designs, will still spend my money, and will still happily pay for those alterations because I am a wet blanket. But I think this will be really lovely for the coming season, and I think you could almost like add a pretty collar under this dress as well to give it another element. You could add a shirt like I did with my other brown Emilia Wickstead dress, which I am fully going to be wearing in autumn winter as well, FYI. But I thought I would show you the first spring purchase. Well, we are in the oak bedroom. I promised you I would tell you what is going to be happening in these rooms. And honestly, I mean, this room is a very, very lovely room. We've got a lovely little armchair here, but I think size-wise, this isn't right. We need something with a little bit more presence if we're going to do an armchair here. However, we have the mood board for the space. So we have the pictures there, but this is the colour that we have on the walls. This is Treron from Farrow & Ball. And this is the fabric for the bed, because our ideal scenario is to actually keep this bed and make it work in the space. And with the fabrics that we've chosen, this should be possible. But we're going to be adding a lot more depth. So these really beautiful, rich paisleys alongside some lovely tweeds. We're also going to be adding a rug, which it's so funny because I've had a few people work on the house and some people are absolutely fine with rugs on carpet and some people aren't. I think I now understand that rugs provide layering and comfort and coziness and add another dimension. So it's going to be really lovely to have a jute rug in here, because one of the things that I wish I'd done is actually put jute in every single room with carpet. I love it, it's perfect, and I wish I'd done it. So there's going to be a lot more brass features in here as well, and just some wonderful finishing touches to really bring this room to life. There's going to be some antique bits, some bigger bedside lamps, new curtains, because these have shrunk in the wash, sadly. So bad. But yes, it's very, very exciting. Now, this probably looks a little bit like sparse at the moment, but this is just the initial stages. And I think what Ali and I are going to be saying for these rooms is fabrics and things like that will be sort of subject to our approvals. But we really, really love the idea of adding some richness and some depth into this room. And also being bold and trying some different things. We love having green as like a base for this house, but it's going to be fun to accent with different colours, and also for me to learn, because I think that's definitely something I'm not so well versed in, is like other colours other than green and accenting with them. So I really, really look forward to seeing how these colours complement the space already. One thing I would say though is that it's so funny, these fabrics are so in line with my grandma and my dad's style. When I look back at like the way my dad's old apartment was decorated and the fabrics that we use and that kind of thing, it's so funny to see how many of these are very, very in line with that, and I love that so much. So that's in the oak bedroom. Just going to rich things up a little bit in here. And then in the wisteria room, off! Porter! Oh, Porter, off! Satin, you don't have a sandwich anymore, off! What was in it? Bacon?
Just bacon and lettuce and tomato.
Oh, fancy.
You've had a BLT.
Basically. Look, this actually. Oh yeah, he's had a good look.
Porter, he's had the whole top bit.
Yeah. He's thinking, give me some of the bacon.
Yeah, it's because he's. Look at you. You think you're getting that bit. You are absolutely not. You do not help yourself to what's in Satin's handbag. That is so naughty. I came out of there and he's just going.
He's thinking, I was just about to get into the good bit.
Yeah. So I was just about to get to the bacon.
Oh, not.
Now you want to give him your sandwich, don't you?
I a little bit of bacon.
He did get some bacon. I think so, but you can give him another bit if you want, although that's the wrong message and I'm a very bad parent for saying yes to that. Well, that was eventful. Okay, so we are now in the wisteria room and I'm going to take you down onto the floor because the wisteria room is very empty, as you've seen previously. At the moment, we just have the bath for downstairs. So I thought I'd give you a bit of an update. Jules, the lady that we're working with, she did try, and I was very, very grateful for her floating the idea of yellow, and I genuinely believe it would look lovely. But I think with the lack of yellow elsewhere in the house, I would just struggle to get on board with it. And she was very understanding. Like, I love how this looks here. It looks just like the bedside tables that we have that you can't see because of the sunlight in this room. It's why I love this room so much. This was definitely a little bit too vibrant for me, but she had a backup plan, which I was very grateful for, which was this. And this pleased me greatly. So we have a few little things, potentially adding some fringing for the curtains. Then this will be the headboard, which is a really, really lovely Pierre Frey fabric. And I feel like it's that muddy colour that you've got within this that works really well. Also adding some sort of bolstery cushions with these little accents, which feels very in line with my dressing room as well. So I like that, but just adding a little bit more intrigue into things. A little bit more layering and softness, and this really felt like it was my sort of style, and seeing it backed onto the actual wallpaper, I think it's going to be bloomin' lovely. So I understand her thoughts, I do. But I was just a little bit, I kind of overruled it. And then the only other bit is the cafe curtain in here, because the other bathroom doesn't actually have a window. A little cafe curtain, which we haven't decided on the fabric for just yet. Just a little bit, you know, just something soft, just to add some bits. When we do like art sourcing and antique sourcing, I'll be going with Noni and Jules and that kind of thing, because I'd really love to have something up here and just add a few little more details into this room. They're not changing this one too much, which I'm very grateful for, but I think it's purely because they know that I love it so much. And they're just going, just let her have her green bathroom, okay? So yes, that is the guest suite update for now, and I am really happy with how things are going. So I'm going to send my final notes tonight to the girls, and then we push the button and move forward. And it's really good, because what I think is going to be really good about this is the fact that very, very little structural work that's going to be going on, and mostly it's just sprinkling a little bit of fairy dust onto the house and getting it finished. And then we can relax, we can enjoy it. And then one day, if we find our next house, the house is good to go, ready to go to a new home, and we can enjoy the rest of the space, because it's been nearly a year since we started the downstairs renovation. And it's definitely been over a year since we started these guest bedrooms. So to have these finished is just going to be wonderful, because you see how much we enjoy the rest of the house. I'm constantly dressing the living room, I'm constantly dressing the kitchen and my dressing room. So to have another space or other spaces that we can dress and enjoy, but also just live in, is going to be wondrous. So thought I'd get that out of the way. Now I'm going to grab my husband, we're going to jump in the car and head to the garden centre. Oh, babe, what do you think of the new air freshener in here?
Potent.
It's a proper farm miracle now.
Yes.
It stinks in here now. The potent smell of horse poo. looking at the Easter decor in the garden centre, and we've got the real thing that is always better than this kind of stuff. Little Robin Redbreast hanging out in the garden centre. Look at you, the proud chest. Are you coming over to say hello? He's fearless. He must live in here. Oh my goodness me, it is a colour explosion out here of greenery. Oh my goodness, there's little bulbs everywhere. I could honestly go to every garden centre across the country and never get bored. This is just too exciting. What have we got here? These sweet peas coming up. Yeah, they've got the sweet pea Spencer mix. Good. Mine don't look too leggy, that's fine. Mr. Millen Gordon is stocking up on the usuals.
Do you think we could make these, or is it?
Oh, we could absolutely make those.
You reckon?
Absolutely. Be so easy. In fact, cinnamon swirls we could very easily make. So we're doing normal croissants.
4 of them.
Yeah.
And then I think we should also go
For the pain au chocolat.
chocolate.
2 or 4.
4.
Just remember, we've got to store all of these in the freezer. I think that's one thing in our next house. We have space for a very big freezer. Wonderful. Needless to say, we have spent the majority of our time in the farm shop section at the local garden centre, and I'm pleased to announce, so that you can all come and buy it, the chili jam is back in stock, and I've taken only 2, so you can't have a go at me for that, okay?
Very reserved.
I was actually. I did think about taking 4. Banana ketchup. Interesting. Well, it was an uneventful trip to the garden centre. Wasn't much inspiration, I've got to be honest. So fingers crossed that we've got everything on my checklist for the spring install on Friday, but we have got some good stock when it comes to food. Oh, goodness me. We have just had the Defender cleaned, and I have to...
It is.
It doesn't smell at all.
There's a slight undertone. You're becoming
Immune.
to the smell of horse poo.
Oh no,
It
that's
smells
not a good thing.
fine, but it smells so much better than it did a second ago.
Yeah.
But it is outrageously clean in here.
It is, and do you know what the thing is it will get better when spring summer comes and the fields aren't like clogged with poo and wee.
Yeah.
It won't be so bad, but at the moment, as I've said in this vlog already, everyone keeps telling me you have got a horse at the worst time of year. It's got to smell a little bit like a country vehicle nowadays, now that it's got a proper job. Well, that was a bit of an uneventful trip to the garden centre. You know when you're like, I don't know what it is. I feel like maybe my inspiration is changing a little bit, but like I struggle to find inspiration because I think I've figured out just what I like so much. I don't know. It wasn't very inspiring, but that's okay because I know that once I get some soil in my hands and some pots beneath my fingers on Friday, putting spring into the home, that will be all of the inspiration that I need. However, I have a delivery here, which I thought I would open with you because this is a very, very special delivery. You'll know I am a woman of many engagement rings, and it is something that some people understand, some people don't understand. I'm okay with both of you guys being here and watching this whole thing. But I started off with a princess cut engagement ring, which is the ring that Ali asked me to marry him with. But I plan on having one husband for the rest of my life. I don't necessarily intend on having one ring. And that's just to manage expectations. And I had my second engagement ring, which was from Chupi, which is one of my favorite women. She is one of my favorite women ever. If you don't follow Chupi Sweetman on Instagram, she is incredible. She's like a sunshine human being in a nutshell. But going way back, I had been a fan of her jewellery before we'd even crossed paths, and when I did one of my first ever meetups in Ireland, not meetups, my first ever events with Spotlight, I went, which was so weird because I was actually wearing a Spotlight whitening strip today. Just shows you how much I love the brands that I work with. I popped into one of her stores and I bought one of these rings. And I think that I introduced a number of you guys to Chupi's work because she is iconic, but She's very, very, very iconic in Ireland, and I think maybe I've introduced some of you guys to her. And it has been a love affair ever since. And you might have noticed that I have changed my engagement ring for the third time. And we discussed when I last saw her, when I went to Ireland, taking my Crown of Hope and my Yumi and Magic ring and having them reset in gold, because I am more of a gold person, and also I really still wanted to wear them, but I felt like I wanted to give them a bit more of a classic spin, because if you don't know, you can have any of the TOWCE rings either on her iconic hawthorn band or on a classic band. I love TOWCE's iconic hawthorn band. For me, it is an evergreen girl's dream, but I did want these particular rings to be set on a classic band, and I think I will treat myself later on to something that is a little bit more unique on a hawthorn band. And I believe they have arrived. So let's get into the good stuff. Little box. This is the first time I've seen them. I haven't seen anything at all. Oh, the new packaging from TOWCE. It's just beautiful. So it used to be more of like a baby pink, and now it has this really soft, almost like setting plaster pink to the packaging. And when I tell you, you are supporting a beautiful Irish designer who is just incredible when you purchase these things, trust me, you are. She's one of the most wonderful people. Sorry, I'll stop gushing now. Let's get into the box. So, gosh, oh my gosh. And I love this, just look. So, okay, so I don't know what this one might, I don't know what's in this box, but we'll open that together. Oh my goodness me, these are so gorgeous. So, oh my gosh, look at them. So this is the Crown of Hope. And I bought this when, I don't know if you remember, I will link it down below. It is still one of my, sorry, you can't see it at all there. There we go. It is still one of my favourite vlogs of all time. It is when Carrie and I went to Glendalough and we went on a coach trip. I talk about it all the time on my channel. And we bought TOWCE rings when we were there as like a bit of a memory, and it's become something that has almost become like our thing that we do when we go to Ireland. And so when we met TOWCE on the previous time that I went there, we just threw some ideas around, and she said that she would reset these rings for me. So these used to be on her hawthorn band, and they are now on a more classic band. And the idea was for me to be able to wear them on my other hand so that I could wear them the same, because look at these together. Just look. Oh, it's like so beautiful and classic, but with that little edge. Oh my gosh, can we get them on? We can. I love them in gold. Oh my goodness me. Oh, you're out of focus now. There's just too much focusing going on. Oh my goodness me. They make I need to give my bracelets a bit of a clean. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. And obviously I can wear these things like on their own. I can add a stack to them as well, because there's just so many different styles that TOWCE does. And oh my goodness me. Okay, so what's in this one? I don't know what's in this box. Is this one for Carrie? Ah, this must be for Carrie. Oh, it's so pretty. Let me just check that that is for Carrie. I think it is. But we are waiting on a new edition, so I will update you on that anyway. But so sparkly and so beautiful. And obviously you can wear the Yumi and Magic on its own if you want to. Obviously this is a beautiful engagement ring, but also you can wear, ow, 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 getting them off. You can obviously wear the Crown of Hope as just a simple like forward facing crown as well to the rings. You don't have to do the sort of star either side that I do. There we go. So you can just wear it like that. This is how my brother's wife, my sister-in-law, she has one of these as well. And she has just one little detail there, which is what I did. So I had the Yumi and Magic, I then had my wedding band, which was a Tiffany band, and then I had the little crown of hope, and it just gives it a different edge to it. But obviously these look so beautiful on their own as well. The crown of hopes look so pretty on their own as well, even just on their own like that, just so delicate and beautiful. Oh my god, I can't believe it. And it also, you know, I can also very much wear this still as an engagement ring if I wanted to. It is so beautiful and such a gorgeous size, and I love that it has the little shoulders in the diamonds as well. Gosh, I am so grateful. So grateful, and it's such a beautiful brand. I am loving how early it is to be going to bed at the moment. It is not even 9 o'clock, or it might have just gone 9 o'clock. But I am ready to snuggle down into bed. I'm in one of my favourite sets of pyjamas. This is like a sort of sandy coloured gingham, and do you know when pyjamas are just bigger and so you feel comfortable in them? This is definitely one of those sets of pyjamas, like really nice, oh, I could talk about pyjamas all the time. I love pyjamas. I feel like a world with lovely pyjamas is I'll stop now, but I thought I would show you some things that are on my beauty like station that my husband hates, but I thought I would show you a few bits and bobs that I'm using and loving at the moment. Most of these you'll know, but obviously I brought this down with me because this is usually where I would apply my Hair and Me formula, but I thought I would show you Skin and Me as well, because you know that I lovingly use this too, and it follows the same format as the Hair and Me, whereby you're getting like ingredients that are formulated personally for you and your skin's needs, just like Hair and Me is for your scalp and hair needs. And I think that this is like the next stage of skincare and products where we're not using like a one size fits all. It makes logical sense to me. I don't want one size fits all. I want what works for me and what my goals are. My discount code for Hair and Me is Lydia X Hair, and that will get you your first months for $4.99 with a saving of £30, which I think is such a great way to just give it a go, try it for yourself, see if you get on with it, see if it works for you, and give it a test drive. I'm also loving, on nights where I take a little bit more of like a slower, more gentle approach, I am loving this Rehydrating Rose Daily Moisturiser from Neal's Yard, and my new face wash. Oh my gosh, I bought this one and then they sent me the new Rose edition with the beautiful pictures with Morris Co on. I love this so much. It is such a gentle face wash, and when you're simplifying your beauty in the way that I have, I think you want something that's just reliable, that's going to get your makeup off and do the job, so that you can focus on using products that actually work for your skin. Because honestly, half the time I'm like, wash my face, and whichever product I'm loving, I will just slather it on my face. So I thought I would give it a mention before I get into bed. Ali and I are getting up early tomorrow to go and do our habit stacking of content. So I'm going to jump myself into bed. I think I might try and read a quick chapter of my book and then go to the land of Nod. And if you can hear eating, it is Lumi right next to me down there having her dinner. She's so sweet. But I'm going to wash my face and get into bed.
Oh my goodness! What are you meowing at me for? You want your food? Pardon? What? You're really rude.
We have a mostly clean Defender this morning, and we are heading out to shoot a little bit of content, and it is a glorious, glorious winter's day. Glorious. Look at this weather. Oh my goodness me. Morning?
Morning.
We are heading out. Look at that sunshine.
That means
So I am wearing some new in pieces from Holland Cooper to shoot today. They have done this sort of Borg style collection of gilets and fleeces, and when I tell you these are the snuggliest things ever, oh my goodness. So I've got it under,
is that what they're called? Borg?
I think it's like a Borg style, yeah, this sort of like Sherpa.
Looks like sheep's wool.
Yeah, it's like a sort of Sherpa style.
Unmilled.
What's that?
Unmilled.
Yeah, and I've popped it under. I actually requested this jacket in a size 10 so that I can wear it more in autumn winter as well, because I've got this in the 6 and I love to wear it over white dresses in spring summer. I also want to be able to pop it over a few layers in autumn winter. So we are heading out to shoot a little bit of content together, and it is a wonderful day.
For each other.
For each other.
Well, we wouldn't struggle to get it together, but I haven't brought any tripods.
No. Sad times. Well, I thought I would give you a quick outfit of the day, seeing as we're here. And I am wearing my new jacket from Holland Cooper. This is my favourite tweed that they've ever done. I love it so much. It is gorgeous. And I've got the matching trousers on. I probably need these in a size up, thinking about it now that I've got a bit of a bottom. But they are very, very lovely. And then this is their new Borg gilet. I hope you can see it when I stand to the side like this. Now, if I was going to go to the pub and be bougie Lydia, I'd take my little Kelly pochette, because this is the perfect bag for this outfit. So I'd kind of be a little bit like this, if that makes sense. This is going to make a thumbnail. This is the thumbnail, people. We have arrived to a very, very beautiful scenic shot as well. And Ali and I are just going to do some filming, because we're really enjoying capturing content together this year. We've really sort of changed our approach, and it's very, very enjoyable. But the good thing is as well, I've also got my other Holland Cooper coat with me, so that I can get to all of the angles that Ali needs. I can take my blazer off, like so, and I can double gilet it up, because this coat has a built-in gilet, and I'm ready to shoot. And it also layers really nicely over this too, so you just get all of the different layers. But anyway, I'm going to carry on shooting because we need to get going. Ali's playing golf today. This is where we're filming and shooting today. Ali's brought coffee with him, which I'm very jealous because that looks so warm. Pardon? But we're actually just enjoying watching the red kites over the fields. Yeah, it's amazing. This would be a prime place to spot hares. Anyway, I think it's time to head back.
Christmas coffee.
A nice cup of Christmas coffee. Let's go. This morning was so cold, and one of the things I have to say is that nowadays that I am spending even more, just ignore my socks, even more time outdoors, you really learn to appreciate performance clothing and clothing that actually keeps you warm, because this morning was so cold. And that's just me shooting outside. Obviously when I go to the stables, it's only on special occasions now, because it's obviously my horse, that I am dressing in like proper riding gear. Most of the time it is just trying to figure out what is going to keep me the most warm. And when I saw that Holland Cooper was doing these gilets in this Borg style, I actually love this tone of green. This is probably the best like shade of green that they've done in their gilet. If I show you, because it's like this like muddy green like that, and then piped with the Holland Cooper usual piping. I love these so much, and they also come in other colours and styles. I've also got these trousers on. Anyway, I thought I'd show you the new bits from Holland Cooper, seeing as I was talking about them and shooting them earlier. Now, obviously, I'm going to pop you up a little bit. This is like a little bit of a suit. I would love for Jade to do these trousers in a wide leg, because this is my favourite tweed. If I could wear this to one of our like Cheltenham and Holland Coopery events, I would be so happy. And actually I am so in love with how the size 10 of this blazer fits, arguably. It's like it's balancing a little bit better on my body because of my shoulders. So I would always say, if you're someone like me and you love your Holland Cooper blazers as much as I do, you might end up getting them in 2 different sizes, because being able to put these over a gilet as well, because this one is what I was wearing earlier and I popped the gilet over the top, underneath, sorry, like so. I'm not putting my boots on because all of my boots are just caked in mud at the moment and I just can't be dealing with it. But this to me is like the dream, because you're comfy, you're warm. I could honestly ride very, very comfortably with gloves on in this. And this, that, do you know what, that actually makes me very excited. The thought of actually being able to comfortably ride in an outfit like this, with my gilet, as it starts to sort of, hopefully the floor will get harder because we haven't been hacking at all, but me hacking in this jacket, I would love it so much. And I'm warm. That's the most important thing nowadays, is that I'm actually warm. But yes, I would like to start a petition for these to come in the wide leg, so that I can wear this as an actual like proper Holland Cooper suit, because this is my favourite of all of the tweeds ever from Holland Cooper. I love it. Anyway, other colours of the gilet. It also comes in this beige tone, which this with like an ivory and chocolate brown trouser I think would be really, really nice. This gives me real kind of like purdy vibes as well, and I love Borg, but honestly this is like another level of thickness that you're going to be so grateful for with these sub-zero temperatures that we are experiencing at the moment. But of course they do it in the long sleeve as well. Now they also do a half zip. I don't often go for a half zip because I just don't love putting loads of things over my head, so the fact that they do the full zip makes me very happy, and this really is making me very, very happy, because this is so cozy. Oh my gosh, it feels like a teddy bear. This is just the dream of all cozy outfits. I bloomin' love this so much. Oh, I could just stay like this for the rest of the day. And obviously it comes in the beige. And I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, well, spring, summer is on the way. The mornings do not warm up for a long while yet. And so if you are a dog walker, if you're someone that likes to get out early and just touch some grass, hug some trees, reconnect with nature, then you are going to want one of these. Oh my gosh. It's honestly like, I do believe that sometimes Holland Cooper is like inside my brain, just thinking of all of the things that I would want to wear at this time of the year. They are so good. But I am not finished. You might have seen this coat earlier. This one really is like the ultimate when it comes to value, because you actually get 2 items for the price of one. You get one of the Holland Cooper gilets that you can't actually buy this gilet as well. So that's the thing I love. It's not like you're doubling up. You can't buy this one. This is only with the coat, and it has a little way of securing the gilet into the coat. If you need an extra layer, you can obviously take it out and wear it on its own. It is fitted in the most Holland Cooper chef's kiss type of ways, but this is the chocolate, I think it's the Stamford coat. I never know all of the names, but they did this in green, and both my husband and I have one of these. We live in them. These are such great all-rounder coats. I would almost say go up one size in these coats. This is the type of coat that you're going to want to throw on over layers, but you're also going to want to wear with thinner layers as the temperature gets milder. So it's sort of like a bit of an all-rounder, but it's padded, and most other country coats like this are not like this sort of padded, almost like puffery duvet style. And the fact that it is 2 items in one is, for me, the game changer. This is the chocolate version, so I've got the green. I love the chocolate. Like, I think about it in terms of, you know, a little bit of a chalky handbag with, oh yeah, that's me going to the pub. I'm off. I'm ready to go. Anyway, that is the that's all of the bits that I thought I would show you, seeing as we were shooting today. I am so happy with how the content has come out as well. It looks really, really good. Ali has gone to play golf, and so I'm thinking that I might just sneak off to the stables to put Atlas to bed tonight. We're supposed to be riding tomorrow, but it's such a lovely day. I'd love to go and like bring him in. This is what I'm going to be doing now. Whenever I see an opening in my calendar, I'm just going to be like, can I justify getting to the stables today? Who knows? Also, I wanted to remind you of my Hair and Me discount code. It is Lydia X Hair if you wanted to try Hair and Me for yourself. Give it a whirl if you're looking to grow your hair, if you're looking to improve your hair health, if you're just looking to add another element, because if you're like me and you do the supplements, you do the hair care, and you do really like spend a lot of money and a lot of time focusing on the health of your hair. I have a really great hairdresser, a really great colorist, all of that kind of stuff. This is the missing link for me in my hair care journey, where I wasn't taking care of my scalp. And it's funny, I actually went to the hairdressers not long ago and they were like, we think you could do with having like a treatment on your scalp. Now I am basically taking that in-house and doing it for myself, and I love that. So if you wanted to try it, it's Lydia X Hair, and you can try your first month's treatment for £4.99, which is a saving of £30. I always like to remind you at the end of my video, I don't have to do this, but I want to remind you because it's a saving. And if you're looking for something like this, I really want to make sure, because I'm the type of person that will buy something and then I'll find a discount code or something, and then I'll be like, oh my God, why didn't I have that? Anyway, link down below, all of the information. Also, another thing I wanted to tell you about quickly is my little Beatrix Potter inspired reel went live. It was for this fragrance for Clive Christian. This is one of my favourite Clive Christian fragrances I have ever smelt. If you are wanting a cozy, this literally is tea and toast by the fire. If you are wanting a cozy fragrance for this time of year, this is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. It makes me think of a pot of red bush tea. If you've ever tasted red bush tea with milk, it is like warm, rich berries, and oh, it's just so good. But sweetness, that is what this is. They have captured it beautifully into a fragrance. So I'm going to pop some of this on. The wonderful thing about Clive Christian fragrances as well is the fact that you literally need like 2 spritzes. They are stunning. I pick up my coats now and I can smell this on them and I'm like, oh, so cozy. Anyway, I thought I'd tell you about that. But anyway, I'm gonna get on with my day. I'm gonna see you guys in my next one. I hope you've enjoyed this vlog, and